Hello, welcome back. We're hanging out in Dallas. We're tasting some wine, and we're going to chat about Stonestreet. So, like our Mount Brave wine that we tasted previously this morning, Stonestreet is also a project of the Jackson family. So exciting. Stonestreet's actually in Sonoma. It's a vineyard up on Sonoma Mountain in Alexander Valley. And the fun fact is Stonestreet is also a family name in the Jackson family. It was Jess Stonestreet Jackson, so that was his middle name, and it's been passed on to subsequent generations. I think it was his dad's name as well. So a name spanning several generations, and a vineyard that when they named it, they knew that as that name was spanning several generations, that the vineyard and getting the vineyard right and kind of figuring out what the vineyard could do was going to take several generations as well. So kind of a deep philosophical meaning. But let's get in the glass, take a look. And I want you to notice it is dark ruby purple. It's opaque. Can't see through it. There's a magenta rim on this guy, and I would say a medium plus stain to the glass. So no evidence of gas or sediment, and those legs are medium plus to form, medium plus to fall, indicating a medium plus level of alcohol. We will confirm it when we get there, but for now, let's take a sniff. And I want you to notice this is ripe and it's red. A lot of those juicy red fruits. So I've got cherry, I've got red plum, I've got strawberry, I've got a little bit of raspberry, a little bit of cassis, but all kind of juicy, ripe, and red, not really verging too much into the black category. Underneath that, let's look for non-fruit. You should be getting a little bit. I'm getting fresh herbs, like fresh tarragon or fresh basil. Not too many of those non-fruit characteristics, but there are quite a bit of earth characteristics. I'm getting a ton of dry, dusty earth, and a little bit of cedar here. All right, one more time, take a sniff. Let's talk about earth, or pardon me, let's talk about wood. And you should be able to smell some of those sweet, rich spices. So the salted caramel, I'm getting dark chocolate. I'm getting baking spice, that's cinnamon and nutmeg. So there is some good oak spice here. Not overdone, I mean, it's really well integrated. Let's go ahead and take a sip. And you should be getting ripe red fruit. It doesn't verge into black at all on the palate. Actually, it kind of goes backwards a little bit. It's not as ripe on the palate as it was on the nose. But you're getting like ripe Bing cherry, like pie cherry, just ripe raspberry. I think you've got strawberry here. I think we've got some red plum, but there's a real juiciness to the fruit. So ripe and red and juicy. Underneath of that, we had fresh herbs and we had leather. And I think we get some hints of leather. The fresh herbs are much more evident. I'm definitely kind of on the sweeter side of herbs. So like Thai sweet basil or tarragon, but something fresh and really like elegant. One more time, take a sip. Let's talk about some earth. And remember, when we're sipping, you want to make sure that you're swishing the wine all the way around your mouth. Lips, teeth, tongue, gums. That way you'll get the full picture of what the wine really is. So, on the earth side, definitely like dry baked earth. And a little bit of that cedar. There is earth here. There's not a ton of earth here, but you should be getting just a little bit of like dry baked earth. And like dry forest floor, like moss or leaves, but kind of an organic earth component. Last but not least, let's talk about wood. And all of those rich spices that we smelled on the nose are still there. So you still should get dark chocolate. You should still get those baking spices with like cinnamon, grated cinnamon stick, and nutmeg. There's also a little bit of vanilla here. Not super sweet on any account, but definitely a round richness that it brings to the wine. So let's talk about structure. We just swished. My mouth is still gushing. So I'm gonna give this a high on acid. Lots and lots and lots of gush in my mouth. Alcohol, how warm are you? And I definitely feel it. So remember, if you're looking for it, it's medium. If you have it, it's medium plus. If it's overwhelming, it's high. And for me, this is a medium plus alcohol. I definitely have the hint of warmness at the bottom of my chest. And tannins, how dry your mouth is. And I'm gonna give this a solid medium plus. I definitely have tannins, but it's not overwhelming in any way. So high acid plus, medium plus, we can kind of go into the full-bodied / medium plus bodied camp, whichever way you wanna let the scale bend. But full-bodied or medium plus bodied means it's gonna pair really well with dark meats or obviously steak, but foods that have fat. So tannin cuts fat. Acid cuts fat. So we're gonna need that fat to really round out this wine. So medium plus to full-bodied foods. Alrighty, so here's your 3, 2, 1. We're gonna call this rich. I think she qualifies. I think red fruited is the way to go, and I have to call this dark chocolate because of all that dark chocolate on the oak side. It really rounds out the wine and adds to the richness. Food pairings, as we said, this is California Cabernet. It's gonna pair really well with steak. It's also gonna pair really well with any food that's got a lot of fat in it. So think about like tomato burrata salad with all that cheese, or if you're serving Philly cheesesteak, egg rolls, but something with some fat for that tannin and acid to cut. And one, Stonestreet's actually Jess Jackson's middle name, and the middle name of his, I believe, father and his son, in addition to being the name of the vineyard. So family name, family vineyard. I love your faces. Go get it.